you could take the journal everywhere, take a pen.
Yep.
Don't have technology restrictions on it.
Yeah.
Like my mother puts on all our devices.
Hi folks, it's Helen Rosenzweig here for our next podcast. I've got Liana here again. Liana is the regular with our podcast. And today we want to talk about, so we're not talking about books today.
No.
We're not actually, sorry guys. But it's kind of like related, don't you think?
It is.
Yeah.
Definitely related.
Okay, it's how books come about. Anyway, we want to talk about writing and journaling and just, the benefits of that, I guess, because both of us journal.
A lot.
A lot. We do. And it's not because we just have like this insane compulsion that we need to be writing all the time.
No.
No. But we want to talk about why we journal, and it's really to encourage people. And,
Yeah.
it's not sort of a left field thing. And particularly, we've talked about talking about this for a while.
Yes.
Yes, between us, we've talked about it. But I recently watched a video on YouTube which really cemented this. It really showed what we've already known about journaling or why we do it, but it actually has some science behind it.
Yeah.
And it's backed it up. And I just thought we really need to share this. All right. So how long have you been journaling?
Coming on 2 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
And is this daily?
Well, it was for a long time. Like, for a while there, I, really journaled, 6 pages every day. I was a little crazy. Now it's more like 6 pages every 2 or 3 days,
Right. Okay. Yep.
Yeah.
So why did you start journaling?
I was actually bored in class.
Oh, we started in class.
Oh, yeah.
Shh, don't tell her, teachers.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then, because I don't remember what my problem was, but I always used to say that if only I could journal my thoughts in my head, it'd come out on paper. Because I wanted things to, go faster, writing slow and like that. So I actually started typing,
Mm-hmm.
and that got everything I thought out faster because I'm a faster typer.
Yep.
But then eventually I was like, no, let's go write instead. And that's when I started using actual journals instead and started writing. Yeah.
So why did you feel you needed to switch from typing it to writing it?
Part of it was actually a convenience thing. Like, you could take the journal everywhere, take a pen.
Yep.
Don't have technology restrictions on it.
Yep.
Like my mother puts on all our devices. So, yeah.
Okay.
That, and I don't know, when people journal, they usually use an actual journal. So I was like, hey, let's just use an actual journal. I think, yeah.
Right. So what do you journal about? Without
It's
being
varied.
specific?
It's varied a lot. When I started journaling, I actually talked a lot about the books I was reading and things happening in the books. Like, my entire first 300-page journal is all about. It's all about book characters and books and things going on. And then I moved on to, my everyday life, not mentioning books as much, things actually happening. And recently, my latest journal's been a lot more based on things God's been doing in my life.
Okay.
There was a switch.
So
somewhere.
you're writing down what you're seeing God doing?
Yeah.
Yep. And what you're picking up.
Yeah. There
Yep.
hasn't been a reason for that. Just something, I don't know, and I've just been noticing it more and wanting to write that down more, so yeah.
Yep. So do you have any rules about journaling that you impose on yourself?
Like, how much I write?
Yeah.
Well,
And what you write about or what?
I generally, I have an aim. I don't always meet. I like to think I'll do, write at least every second day, which I don't always follow. I don't make myself follow it because, things go on and sometimes there's nothing for me to write about. So I don't particularly have any rules like that.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
All right. Before we get, we'll talk more about what you have discovered.
Yep.
With journaling. And we'll get to a few facts about journaling. So I went to GPT, to ask about the benefits of journaling.
Mummy, don't say that online.
Don't I?
I don't know.
People do all the time. Hey, look, I have just started using a bit of ChatGPT to organize some things and see what it gets. I had an argument with it the other day. So and it was wrong. And I told it was wrong. And anyway, the writing came up. User is correct. Thinking. And it had to recalibrate what it was doing. So, there's that. But basically, it's just pulled this from other resources on the internet. I just wanted to read out a couple because I thought this was really interesting. So one of the benefits of journaling is improved emotional regulation. All right. And it says that journaling activates the prefrontal cortex, the part of the brain involved in reasoning and emotional control. Studies show that labeling emotions through writing helps reduce activity in the amygdala, which is the brain's fear center, leading to calmer emotional responses. And it's saying, in short, writing about feelings helps your brain manage them more effectively. The other thing I wanted to mention is that it reduces stress and provides better physical health. And it's been linked to lowering stress hormones.
Yeah.
And like even improved immune function and faster healing after injury. All right. So with that in mind, that's actually one of the things we have noticed about journaling.
Yeah.
Is that correct?
Yes, it is.
So what happens, what have you found about journaling, how it helps you?
All right. So, like, regulating stress, I'm not a very stressful person.
No,
I don't get
it's just
stressed
not.
easily. But I do have a lot of thoughts.
Mm-hmm.
I do a lot of thinking, often, like, deep things, and I'll just come out with, like, hey, why is this? And people will be like, why did you come up with that,
Yeah.
kind of thing. So sleeping at night, not sleeping at night, journaling helps me sleep at night because it's putting all the words, all my thoughts onto a page, but not just that. It makes me organize them because I can't just do stop-start sentences.
Yeah.
I write a sentence and that leads me to something else, and it makes it structured. It makes me think about what I'm writing and really what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
And helps me draw conclusions. That helps me sleep at night because I have like set conclusions on what I've been thinking, and it's been written down so I don't have to worry about forgetting about it.
Yeah. So if you don't journal for an extended period of time, do you notice that?
I have noticed that it takes me longer to sleep at night because I can't switch my brain off as much. Yeah.
So I have the same experience. I always journaled as a kid from like, I don't know, age 8 sort of thing. Those journals would make me vomit if I read them today. But I then stopped journaling for a good 10 years of my life. And I call these the blank years. They were kind of from 20 to 30. And then when I was about 30, and at that point in time, I had found myself a single mum. Not like I found that I was a single mum. I was now a single mum, not that I found a single mum. Anyway, I felt God asking me, because every night you watch TV, right? You kind of get into this pattern. You don't have that pattern because we don't establish that in our house. But growing up in my era, very much so, every night the family watched the TV together. So that's what I was doing with my mother because we lived with my mum at the time. And I really felt God telling me to turn off the TV. All right. It took me a little while to listen because I thought, anyway, when I finally did, I would then go to bed earlier and I would get into the Bible, but I'm also writing. And I would write in my journal things that I notice in the Bible, things that I feel jumping out at me. And from there, I started conversing with God through my journal. I would just write my thoughts, what I'm thinking. So kind of like writing my prayers, but I would write my thoughts and I'd write what I feel God was responding. Now, after doing that consistently, I started having the best sleep of my life. Like I had gone through years of not sleeping well. A lot of that's to do with having kids anyway. They're waking you up and things, and so that disturbs your habits and your patterns. So I really started sleeping better, and my anxiety reduced. And without any science to back it up, what I felt was that writing forced me to slow my thoughts down.
Yeah.
Because you can't write as fast, you have to slow down. So it was getting my brain to slow down each evening as well, write out those thoughts. And yeah, I felt so much better.
Yeah.
And so journaling is important for me as an everyday practice, but like you, it's not like it's most days, it's not necessarily every day,
Yeah.
but I feel it if I haven't been doing it, for sure. And that's still how I communicate with God in my journals, because I can find it, again, because like you, so many thoughts going through my head. If I just pray to God without it, I can get distracted more easily. My thoughts will go here, there, and everywhere. But if I'm writing it out, it helps me to sort of lock in with God better and sort of stay there in a prayer state. So yeah, we both can testify to journaling being beneficial for us.
Yep.
Yep. Not only that, the health benefit, the sleep benefit, but do you find it draws you closer to God?
It does a bit, Yeah. And I feel like it's also like marking my journey with God too.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was another thing I felt God saying to me, keep writing. And it was also so that I could record what I see him do, because it's great to read back on those and say, oh yeah, this is what God was doing at that time. And even if you don't have perspective at that moment of what was happening, a year later you can look back and go, oh, that's why this was happening. Okay, so that now brings me to this video that I saw on YouTube, which, let me find the title of this again. Handwriting literally rewires your brain. So out of curiosity, I saw this, and the heading is The Power of Handwriting. So I watched this video. It's only it's less than 10 minutes long. Really amazing, because what they're talking about in that video backed up how our experience with journaling. And I'll put a link to it in the show notes because I think it's really helpful to see. But they found a link with handwriting and people being able to retain information. So they've done studies with students in lectures, and they've compared those that sit there and type and those that handwrite their notes. By far and large, those that typed got so many more notes down. But those that hand wrote their notes, even though they had a lot less notes, retained information at a rate of 20% better than those that were typing. And I have found that it's a temptation for me to go and type things out because I type really fast. But they found that typing like that, it's going in one ear, straight out your fingers, and it's not registering in your brain. There's an actual link between the manual process of forming your letters, but also it's talking about how, because when you write, when you write things, you'll underline this or you write this in caps, you might put an arrow here. That's all part of the memory process. And that's probably why you look at someone else's notes and you're like, that makes no sense to me.
Yeah.
So we can be tempted to think that, okay, I'll go and sit at a conference or something and I'm going to type and get everything down. But we're not actually benefiting from that because our retention is so low with the typing. So I think that links to journaling and doing that manual process. And then if it's your journal, you can do it in colored pens. It becomes a creative process as well. So we just want to encourage you, particularly parents too. It means keep your kids writing. I think that's really important because it helps their brains function well. And clearly it also affects your emotions, your ability to handle stress.
Yeah.
So I said to the girls, right, when you go off to uni, don't sit there in the lectures with your laptops typing it out. Still write those manual notes.
Yeah.
Even if you don't get everything down, you'll retain it better. And I think too with journaling then, if we write I find if I write out a Bible verse that jumps out at me, helps me remember that Bible verse.
Yeah.
The process of writing it. Yeah. Do you find that?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think if you write them enough, you'll retain them more.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's how I study.
Yes. Yeah. That manual process of writing things out, it helps you remember.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does. So neither of us have rules really around our journaling, except that we know we need to do it consistently. So one thing I really don't like is when you pick up a new good habit and if you put too many rules around it, it can make it prohibitive to you because it becomes overwhelming. So like, don't say, I have to write this much per day. I don't.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'll write 2 paragraphs.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes I write 6 pages.
Yep.
I don't put rules on it. It's a place to be free. And between the pages, it's just me and God. That's how I see it.
Yeah.
So you can be free to express. Sometimes I'm just expressing my emotions. Sometimes God will actually tell me, write how you feel.
Yeah.
Because he knows I'm getting worked up and I don't know which way is up. And he will say, what do you feel? How do you feel right now? And I'll list it. Sometimes he'll tell me, Helen, what do you know? And he wants me to write down truths I know. And that also reinforces. Actually, at a recent conference, the night before, I was really wrestling with something. And I was talking to God about it and I couldn't sleep. And God asked me, write down how you feel. So I did. I wrote down, it was only 3 or 4 things. The next day in the conference, in one of the sessions, God answered and validated all of those feelings.
Yeah.
Like it was incredible. Like it was powerful. So God cares about how we feel. Like that's what I really got out of that. He didn't miss what I was feeling. He cared about it and he answered it and he validated my feelings. So yeah. So you recommend journaling?
Yeah.
I recommend journaling. And we go through a lot of journals each, don't we?
Yes.
Yeah, we do. 3 or 4 a year. I'm talking 320-page journals.
Yep.
Yeah, we journal. But again, no rules around it. I don't care if my handwriting looks really scrappy.
Yeah.
I don't try and make it pretty unless I feel like it. There'll be some days I'll make a pretty page.
Very rare with me.
Yeah, very rarely with me too. But, you know, there's no rules with it. It's just a place to express ourselves and it helps us sleep and take stock of things. It helps me feel calmer.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's why we're here to talk about it, just because we really can testify to the benefits. Now, to that end, it's also why I produced a line of journals. Okay, this was, so I've got, I hope you can see them because the camera's frozen thing. So I've got 2 journals. These ones, they're the Armor of God journals. Because every verse, you open it up. All right, so it's just a journal. You've seen journals like these before, but every verse at the bottom is spiritual warfare related. That's how I've designed this one. So we've got the 320 pages. They're zipped up. Zip it up. They've got the pen holder. Yeah, pen holder in there. And that's why we produce them, because we use them a lot ourselves.
Yeah.
And I've gone through about 4 of them.
I've used 5 of them.
5, yeah. Yep. So now I've also got, just recently, because I had this line of Fruits of the Spirit designs, we've also got these available. This is just a spiral notepad that we've got one for every fruit of the Spirit. They're all different colors. So this is much smaller. This one is available through my store on Redbubble.
Yeah.
There's a little pocket in the back because, you know, some people just want a smaller, lighter thing to take notes in. This is, you know, sort of more serious. This can be intimidating if you're not naturally a writer. These ones are just plain pages lined, but they're also available on my Redbubble store. Now, at the moment, Redbubble have 25% off these. So now's a good time to grab those. So that makes these $15 and then plus shipping at the moment. If you would like these ones, you can use, what did I decide my code is? Journal Me Happy. Use that coupon code on my website and get another 10% off.
Yeah.
They're discounted already if you buy 2 or more. So, and that's why we have them. because we love them.
Yeah.
We like to have different colored, pretty things to write with. Yeah.
Yeah, and just speaking on how like journals your space and stuff, because I don't exactly have the funding to keep getting these really cool leather fancy ones that my mum gets. I've recently just taken up getting different colors at Kmart,
Yeah.
and sometimes I stick stickers on them.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it doesn't have to be an expensive thing. Yeah, just grab something to write.
Yeah.
And with a pen that you like to write with, because that helps a lot.
It does.
It's got to be something. Again, it doesn't have to be a fancy pen, just one that you like.
I like Sharpies. The Sharpie black pens.
Oh, okay. Yes, the gel pens. Yeah,
That's
not
what
the
I
actual.
like. Just for proof, it doesn't
markers.
need to be sparkly.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So, yeah, that's what we hope that encourages you. We don't want it to be an overwhelming thing.
Yeah.
I think that's the point. We don't want it, to be another thing you have to do or whatever. But, if you've ever wondered and you thought about it, give it a try. And, if you're looking for gifts, this is great for Christmas too.
Yeah.
All the links will be in the show notes, so go check them out. If you find our videos helpful, please subscribe. It's so you get notified when we put out some more, and it helps other people find our videos as well. All right, so until next time, we will see you later.